back to my YouTube channel. Yo, it's Nandi. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for all the love and support, guys. I really appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of people complimenting my first video, and I'm so excited you guys enjoyed it. So for today's video, we're gonna be doing a story time. I'm so excited to share the story with you guys. It took me time to actually think, will they enjoy the story? So I told my friend the story and she's like, damn girl. So for today's video, I'm going to be sharing a story time. So just listen attentively so that you can understand the story. So I had this friend, right? This Han. So this Han, we're going to call her Chelsea, right? Chelsea. And then there was this gent, her best friend, we're gonna call him Ben. Chelsea and Ben, so remember the names. So I was really close to Chelsea, guys. Like, I met her off social media platform Instagram. I think most of you use it, right? And we clicked, you know, like that person who hypes up your post when you post. She's one of the first to comment. You're one of the first to comment on hers. She tags you, you tag her. She reshares your post, you reshare her post. You guys update each other about your day, even when you've never met. You know, those close social media friends. She happened to be one. So right, Chelsea and I were like close social media friends. Like, I enjoyed like talking to her, guys. You know, that person whereby you can talk to her and you feel like you've met, but you've never ever met. It was just one of those friendships where you just click because of your personalities. She was really a vibe, no cap. Like, I enjoyed her company, right? So Chelsea and I got so close to say, you know how people post these pictures, like she'll post your Instagram post on her status and stuff like that, or a good night feature, or just post with your name and stuff like that. So now this is where the drama comes in. Chelsea's best friend Ben, this is where he comes into the picture. So Ben, this gent, had been viewing Chelsea's Instagram stories, the tags and stuff like that, checking her Instagram statuses. Bound to see me on Chelsea's social media because they're best friends. They both live in Harare, right? They're both homies. Like, they're bound to view each other's statuses, tell each other stuff. So Ben asked Chelsea, who's this girl you're always posting? Chelsea tells Ben, oh, her name is Nandi. Oh, okay, calm. So Ben is hitting on me. So Chelsea texts me. She's like, oh, I have a boy best friend and he's interested in you. And obviously, being a normal human, you'd be like, huh? Interested in me? In me? Who would be interested in me? But okay. And then I was like, calm. And then he texted me. And I was like, okay, since Chelsea's already told me that her best friend's going to text me, it would be polite of me to respond. So I respond to Chelsea's best friend's text, Ben, on WhatsApp. So he's like, hey, we talk. And then we're getting to know each other better. So I don't even know this gent. He's never sent a picture or anything like that, guys. I'm not just going to fall for you because I don't even know what you look like. Of course, personality, but how would I know be a stranger I'm talking to? And so we continue talking, and he
asked me out. And I just read the text and I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even know you. I don't know you.
And he's Chelsea's best friend. That's all I knew about him. His Instagram is packed with followers, but then no posts. Like, it was so weird, ne? So this gent now, over the holiday, he goes to, was it Durban or Cape Town? I'm not sure, one of the two. He goes on holiday and with his mom. So now he's bound to take pictures because he's got somewhere to go and take pictures. Then he takes pictures and all. Then I see his Instagram story. I'm like, oh, that's what he looks like. Guys, I won't lie. He was facially blessed. He could dress. And I was like, okay, he's not so bad. So, because we were still talking, and you continue talking, then I'd react to the stories like, oh, this is a nice picture and stuff like that. And then I'd still rejected him. So this gent was still bitter about the fact that I had rejected him. And he started calling me names. He's like, that's why you're skinny like Mbuya Nehanda. Guys, my heart that day, it shrank. You know when your confidence goes, it went within a click of a finger. Guys, I'm not even skinny, so I don't see why he was cussing me because I rejected him. Which is another thing. Why do gents get mad when you reject them? But I mean, if I'm not interested in you, I'm not interested in you. Like, move on with life, right? And he was casting me. I'm like, this gent, I've got no time for this. So I'm a person who tends to mice. So I ignored. I was like, okay, calm. I'm not going to respond to his DMs. And it was getting to him, which was okay with me. So now Chelsea doesn't tell me that the time when her best friend goes to Durban, they're actually in a relationship. So this is her best friend still hitting it with me. And I'm just there like, okay, calm. We can talk. And then so I'm like, okay, calm, we can talk, right? We continue talking. So this is where the drama comes in. The fact that I don't know that they're in a relationship. I've got to admit, I was low-key now falling for the gent. Not because of his looks and all. I looked at his looks, yes. But then I also matched with his personality. And it seemed to get to me. So I was falling for the gent. Then I showed her, I was like, yo, he looks so nice. And then she's like, yeah, he's my man's. He's your what? Okay, he's your mandem. Okay, calm. And because I'm a person who tends to joke, I'm like, let's share. And she's like, sure. And she was, I know she was joking, but I didn't take it like she was joking. It's shit, and you say sure. So I was like, okay, calm. She said, let's change. I said, let's share. And she said, sure. Okay. So now I'm still talking to this gent, and now I know that they're in a relationship. In a relationship. Okay, now I know that they're in a relationship, right? I found out and she's told me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna respect the fact that they're in a relationship. So whatever text he sends me, I'm not gonna respond. Like, like, you know those messed up texts, I'm not gonna respond to them. Whether it's I love you, I'll send a pink heart, I'll send a yellow heart. That's the type of energy I give. Like, guys, never mess with your homies' mandems. It's not right. So I was like, okay, calm. That's the type of energy I'm gonna give him. And he kept nagging and pestering me. Then I asked him, I'm like, aren't you in a relationship? Because I was trying to tick him off. And then he's just there like, she doesn't have to find out. Excuse me? She doesn't have to find out. I don't care whether she's gonna find out or not, but I don't wanna be part of your mess, right? And he continues nagging and nagging. So now this gent and I are playing it cool. We just talk here and there. Of course, if he says I love you, I'll send a. So if I says I love you, I won't say it back. I'll just send a red heart emoji just to cover up for the fact that I didn't want to be the one to say it in the event that things got messy, right? So this equation was already messed up from the start. The fact that Chelsea knew she liked her best friend and she let him hit on another girl without her shooting her shot was messed up. And it was just going to ruin everything between them. And she was okay with us dating before she jumped to be the one to date him first. So now this gent and I keep talking and talking and talking. So him and Chelsea date for a span. Then I don't interfere in their relationship. I leave it alone. Then now Chelsea and him break up. So this is where you guys need to pick up the story. They broke up, right? And then I knew that they broke up because she told me. I'm like, okay, calm. And then he also told me. And I wasn't going to backstab her and go for her mandems. But then he kept pestering, still pestering. And I just thought, okay, now that they're not dating, I don't think it's much harm if I loosen up a little and not be too uptight with him. And I thought, okay, me and this gent are going to get to know each other better. And we were like starting to get to know each other a lot more than before. And I was starting to understand him more. So now he doesn't tell me that him and Chelsea are trying to resolve their issues, right? So I'm like, okay. Now they meet up, and then I'm just seeing pictures from their dates. And she doesn't tell me that they linked up, right? She just keeps quiet about it. So I was like, okay, she didn't tell me, so what? And then, so now when they're trying to resolve their stuff, this gent hadn't told me that he's going to be trying to resolve issues with Chelsea. So I was just there like, okay, it's fine. And then, what does this gent do? He leaves his phone with Chelsea, and she's got the passwords from the last time when they started dating, fingerprint and everything. And then she unlocks the phone, and then she goes to WhatsApp when he's gone to the bathroom. And then she reads, like she searches the word love, and guess whose name pops up? My name. Why did it have to be my name only? At least his mother's name could have also popped up, his sister's name or something like that, or another broad's name, but it was only my name. And then now she opens the chat. She's like, oh, okay. So she reads. You know, emojis, guys, they are sellout. You know, like the whole chat will be filled with red, and you think, yo, okay. And then she reads everything, and then she puts back the phone, and then he comes back from the bathroom. Then they continue talking. So she puts back the phone and acts like everything's normal. They continue talking. So he's thinking, okay, things are becoming okay with his ex, and they're gonna be able to get back to each other. Get back with each other. And okay, that's calm. So she doesn't tell me when she gets home to say she read our chats. She just like shoves it to the side. So now like I've got a friend, right? And he started talking to this Chelsea girl, and they started clicking, and also they started talking on a personal level, and she started trying to find out information about me through that friend because we're close. Started finding out, oh, what does she like, what does she do, how many boys has she dated, stuff like that. And then I'm just thinking, okay. And then that friend tells me, and the friend of it asks some weird questions about that Ben guy, and then I answer the questions, and then he the friend sends the chats to the Chelsea girl of what we're talking about. And then Chelsea reads the chats and forwards them to Ben. So Chelsea forwards the chats to the Ben guy, and he reads, and they both react. So both of them are blasting me from both ends. She's blasting me about, you're such a bad friend, how could you do this? He's blasting me about, how could you tell them? So I'm stuck between three flippant people, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna minus these two and focus on my friendship with this one and ask, why would you do that without telling me what you're gonna do, right? Because I cherish my friendship with this one more than these two. I've barely met them. I don't know much about them. I'd rather lose them as friends than lose the solid friend here. And then they keep blasting me, and the blasting becomes so much. Ben is going, you're a gold digger. Me, guys, I don't eat boys' money. I don't do that. If I go out with you, I'll buy my own food unless you offer. Even if you offer, I'll offer to pay for myself. I don't go out if I'm broke. It's that basic. If I don't have money, I ask my parents for money. If I don't ask my parents, I ask my older brother. I will not go out with friends without money because I have to contribute something. Like, guys, learn to be independent. Don't rely on people's money. That's what I learned. And then he keeps blasting me. How could you tell him that I did this and this? How could you tell him that I sent you this? I'm just there like, dude, I was talking to my friend, and then it just happened that the person sent the chats to Chelsea. And then Chelsea is also blasting me. I'm like, you know what? Okay. I block Ben because I'd rather sort things out with Chelsea and my other friend and leave Ben out of the equation because it's a boy, guys. It's a gent. I block him. And then Chelsea and I like not resolve things instantly, but she's just like, okay, I think it's best if we just don't talk. And my heart was broken. I was like, okay, it's calm. And you know, you just think, okay. Then I moved on. Then that friend of mine apologized, and I was just like, okay, you know what, it's calm. Guys, I was now in tears because, you know, all the names, yes, large, those names are nasty, especially when you know you're not that, but you're now being called that. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Then after I blocked him, he's got the nerve, guys, to go onto my Instagram and text me. Then he's like, I'm gonna make sure people find out about this. I'm like, go ahead, boo. I block him there as well. I block him on Snapchat, block him on all social media platforms where I was talking to him. And then I just leave the other hand, and then we just don't talk. Then she changes her number after some time, and then I slid in her Instagram DMs again, and I was like, I've just come to apologize because of the misunderstanding that happened between us. And then she's like, okay, it's calm. We started talking again, but it was no longer the same. You know, once something happens between two people, sometimes the relationship doesn't go back to being how it was. So that's basically what happened. So guys, I learned that be independent, work hard in school so that you can have your own bag, guys, because people will treat you like you're dirt. And that's why our parents are working so hard to take us to school, because especially as a girl, work hard to protect your image, because when you don't have money, you're not seen as a person in society. So secure your bag, sis. Don't be independent. Don't rely on no gent, because it's gonna be so embarrassing when you have to ask for money to buy small things which you should be able to buy for yourself. So just do you, boo. And it just taught me to be a stronger person, guys, because I could have let that stop me. I could have thingied all my social media accounts. I didn't do any of that. I still stayed on social media just to show them that you did not cause that much of an impact. They didn't even know that I cried. Until this day, I still talk to the gent. I just don't talk to the broad anymore. But then it's one of those things whereby I'll never forget all the nasty things he said. So I'll never go back. Friendship cannot be mended in any way possible. So anyway, guys, that was the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And please do tell me what videos you'd possibly like to receive from me, and turn on post notifications so that you're always up to date with the famo. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I just want you guys to know that I've moved on with life, and you tend to find happiness. And keep your circle small so that you can be able to have solid friendship and not have too many friends, because not all the people out there are real towards you, and not everyone's gonna like you. So just don't forget that, and be a strong person. Fight, hustle, and bog, mates.